Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Reetu Verma. Welcome to another session on this 7th United Nations International Day of Yoga. What I want to talk about in this session is about health, yoga, and lifestyle. Not in that order, but I want to talk about all three of these and the importance in our everyday life and towards a healthy lifestyle. So I'm going to share my screen with you and we'll get started. As I mentioned, the topic is yoga, health, and lifestyle. Yoga is a very popular word at the moment with over 2 billion people practicing yoga. We will look at its link towards health and also lifestyle. First, let's start with health. Now, health is very hard to define. You can feel good health when you're joyful, when you're full of energy, but the definition when I was searching was all over the place. So I went to the World Health Organization definition, which says health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So let's have a look. The World Health Organization is not talking about absence of disease, but complete well-being on 3 dimensions: physical, mental, and social. So we talk a lot about physical health. Mental health has come to the forefront now, especially since last year, the COVID year. And social, we talk it not as much. Maybe social means going to a friendly barbecue where we enjoy a meal and a few beers. However, amazingly, the World Health Organization in 1998, that means in 50 years, the definition did not change. But in 1998, they proposed a new definition. The 4th dimension, where they realized that spiritual health is considered an important element. So the new definition they've come up to is health is a dynamic state of complete physical, mental, spiritual, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Infirmity basically means weakness. So the spirituality has been added in. Okay. And the other part that we should be aware of is a dynamic state. I mean, it's continuous. You need to take care of your health regularly. It is not static. And to me, health is also depends on different life stages. Where you were when you were 25 and where you are at 50, and I'm saying 50 because I'm relating it to myself, may not be the same, right? You might need to pay more attention to yourself when you're 50. You've had an illness, you have a disease you need to manage. So health is not only a complete physical, mental, and spiritual and social well-being. It is not static, and we need to look at health at your own individual basis, self-health. So lifestyle. So if you do a Google search, it says lifestyle is a way people live, and that has immense influence on the status of health or disease. My apologies, I'm just going to share the screen again. Okay, so we're here at lifestyle. Life is the way people live, and that has immense influence on the status of our health or disease. Now, other things you could look at about lifestyle is there are many other factors, such as economic status, which will determine the incidence of undernutrition, maybe in the poor families, and overnutrition, we call it obesity. Okay, not so much about nutrition, about calories, obesity in other countries. Other thing that we can look at is your cultural values of the society. They also dictate the incidence of the vegetarian slash veganism in the population. Vegans become very popular these days. But what is the percentage which are following that? The other lifestyle that I can talk about is a sitting lifestyle. A sedentary lifestyle is having a major issue on our health. Okay, in fact, they are talking about major factor for coronary heart disease could be because of our current lifestyle where we are sitting too much. All right. And actually what they're saying these days is sitting is the new smoking, and you know how bad smoking is for our health. And if you do both, well, there's your double whammy. The other part I'd like to add on this lifestyle is our day-to-day habits. Are we actually paying attention to what we are doing on a daily basis? Because everything adds up. Our current modern day lifestyle is leading to a pandemic of lifestyle disorders, stress. Now, did you know that 2/3, that's 67% of doctors' visits that we make are stress related? Are stress related. Okay. All right. Oh, let's go back to the slideshow. So, our current lifestyle is leading to stress. As I mentioned, a lifestyle we're sitting too much, and amazingly, sleep deprivation. And not many people are talking about the sleep deprivation or not talking about the lack of movement that is happening in our daily lives. A healthy lifestyle is one of a holistic view. We all want good health and well-being. Now, remember, holistic means physical, mental, social, and spiritual, absence of disease and weakness. Now, what I found out in my life is there's no free lunches when it comes to our health. We have to earn it by living a disciplined and healthy lifestyle. Earn, don't mean earning dollars here. Earn your health by putting into account daily habits so it turns it into a lifestyle. And we've all heard health is the best wealth. And I've put a quote here by Mahatma Gandhi: your health is your real wealth. And wasn't he a kind of a man who was healthy inside, very strong, but if you look at his outside posture, very lean. So here we come to yoga. Yoga, as I mentioned, a very popular name in the modern era. And it should be, because it is something of a great value. But beware that there is nothing modern to this ancient spiritual practice. Now, note I've mentioned spiritual. And in 1998, the World Health Organization brought in spiritual health as part of its definition. So already there's a link between yoga and the health here. However, from a yogic point of view, they don't only look at exercise and proper posture. Okay, posture is so important. Have you ever thought about how you're sitting and how sitting affects your posture? We'll get that to a little bit more in a minute. Healthy diet, crucial, I found. In fact, I don't like this word diet anymore, because as soon as we put diet, I think about dieting. Perhaps that should be replaced with healthy, nutritious food. Yoga encompasses rest and relaxation. Very, very important, because it's during that rest and relaxation and sleep is when the true healing occurs. The body is smart. It knows when to heal, what to do. But we have to provide it with the right environment for it to heal. Okay. And what else does yoga talk about? And it's called brahmacharya. What this means is to stay in contact with one's own soul. Basically, we're talking about is how many minutes in a day do we express or are our own original nature. That's when we are in contact with one's own soul. Our inner nature, our true nature of joy, happiness, love, peace, all the emotions, high energy emotions. What state do we stay in that, and oh, let's repeat. And for how long? Is it days? Is it weeks? Or is it just a few minutes during your day? Now, to me, they're all important concepts of one lifestyle, which is the yogi's point of view. Now, I've got yoga here because earlier I interviewed our special guest, the Himalayan yogi, Guruji Ekam and he actually just said, well, yoga is a Western name. It's a modern name. It should be yoga. So I sort of changed a few of those. Yoga actually means to unite, to be in union with your body, mind, and soul. Or look at the other way. We practice yoga, to yoke ourselves higher, to be the best version of yourself. And as we yoke ourselves higher and higher and higher, my experience is that's when the healing occurs, which leads to health, which leads to happiness. So, yoga is the most perfect lifestyle module because it's comprehensive and holistic in its nature. Comprehensive, we're doing exercise, we're looking at a posture, we're relaxing, we're looking after diet, we are connecting with our own true nature, bringing that out. We go inside. And the yogi, the Guruji that I was just talking about, he talks about yoga is spiritual, scientific. I'll leave that for him. Let's move on. Now, yoga itself professes it to be a complete system of physical, mental, social, and spiritual. Just as it did with our definition of the health by the World Health Organization. That's your governing body of the world. And as I mentioned, it's a lifestyle module, comprehensive and holistic in its nature. Now, I personally benefited a lot from yoga, practicing regular yoga. Now, I started yoga to get rid of my neck and back pain after a car accident. I tried everything, massages, physiotherapists, chiropractors, medicines, doctors, but it wasn't till about 2 years into practice of yoga. And I used to go to that lovely Wollongong studio, did yoga there only twice a week. But the pain completely disappeared in less than 2 years. Okay, that's how I started the yoga, but my journey of yoga went way beyond that. Therefore, I call it the self-discipline. Why? Because of the regular practice of yoga, not just the 60 minutes on the mat that we did on the yoga studio, but also incorporating in our daily life. What it led me was an awareness of who am I? And when I realized that I was more than the body, I was more than the mind, that's where the healing and health and the happiness started coming in. Realizing that there's a part of me which is pure, which is powerful, the spirit within me. And as I started connecting with that spirit within me, my mental chatter started becoming better, from negative to positive. My emotional health became absolutely better. I started moving from fear to love. Actually, I didn't even realize that everything that we do is with fear. And that as my mental health improved, emotionally health improved, my physical health also started improving. Holy moly, how come nobody told me this before? Okay, enough about me. Let's keep moving. Now, components of yoga, healthy lifestyle. So can you see the connection already? Health, yoga, lifestyle. Healthy activities, exercise and movement. And when I talk about movement, I'm not just talking about moving, walking. That's important. I'm talking about the movement of your spine, your nervous system, movement of every joint, bones. Right thoughts. And that has been a game changer for me. Right thoughts, because as you watch that breath, you started realizing who you are because you calm your body and you calm your brain. Right attitude towards life. Start of the yoga session, we always start with a prayer, or we set an intention for ourselves and the higher good. So we're not just concentrating on ourselves, we're concentrating on a higher good about everybody else. Healthy, nourishing diet. Now, most of the yoga studios do not talk about that, but it is crucial. And a yogic lifestyle. The importance of purity, of a diet for our inner purity. Purity and relaxation for overall promotion of well-being. Overall promotion, a healthy lifestyle, just not just looking at one component, we're looking at a holistic nature. So let's talk about the World Health Organization talking about physical, mental, social, and spiritual. Now, to me, they're all sort of interconnected a little bit, especially when we talk about physical and mental, right? But they're all interconnected. So if you work on one, it's going to have a ripple effect on the others. So let's keep going. Yoga techniques include physical health, postures, breathing, as I talked about, meditation, and relaxation. At the end of the class, you just relax. And oh my God, you feel so great when you get out. Help us to manage the lifestyle better and have been used for management for many different types of lifestyle disorders directly and or indirectly. What I mean, it helps with stress. It helps with your anxiety and depression. Go up and do a Google search. There is enough scientific medical evidence stating that. To me, go into a yoga class and experience it. It's all about the experience. Now, I mentioned this before, posture is so important. We call that asana. Okay? Proper posture and movement are important components of healthy lifestyle, because if we don't move, the energy gets stuck. Posture is a manifestation of physical and mental balance. Mental, physical, has a powerful influence on physical aging and mental mood. Aging, mood, posture will going to help you with your balance. We all need balance. Good posture is very important for energetic and active life. And yoga is great for posture. Mental health, physical mental health, as I said, it's going to overlap. Just as our body requires physical exercise, balanced diet, and bathing for good health, our mind requires inner discipline for mental health. Now, a mind is a clutter of uncontrolled thoughts. I want everyone to actually sit down and actually pay attention to your thoughts. Figure out how many thoughts you have every minute. And what kind of thoughts are they? What is the mental chatter? Studies say that 80%, a whopping 18% of a mental chatter is negative. Now, if your mental chatter is negative,
your emotions are negative. It's leading to the emotions are negative. They're toxins. Where they're going to go? They're going to go in your body and they will cause you illness. Diseases will occur. Dis-ease. Okay? Have a think about your mind. Have you ever sat and thought, what is the mind? But I know a lot of you have done meditation because it's an ideal way to calm the mind. Meditation is the inner yogic discipline. So again, it's a discipline. Okay? Now, you can calm your mind. You can start reversing your thoughts to positive thinking, positive emotions, as I said, from fear to love. Or, as it says here, continuous flow of thoughts towards a higher spiritual ideal, higher spiritual center for our consciousness. Remember, yoga is to yoke yourself higher, to be the best version of yourself. So, again, as I said, they're all interlinked. When you're doing meditation for your mental health, you are leading towards higher spiritual ideals. And to me, meditation is to get into that gap between your thoughts where the true spirit lies, where the true essence of yourself is, your true original nature of joy, love, and peace. And there's many types of meditations there. Okay? If for you just sitting there and doing nothing doesn't work for you, there are plenty of other types of meditations. Social. Now, as I mentioned, most of the people think social is just going outside, having a fun time. But when we talk about social health, social development is a skill. It's a skill that yoga helps you with, like bouncing back from being teased. It happens. You are going to get teased. I think at the moment with social media, it's called bullying. It used to happen in backyards during lunchtimes, but it's cyberbullying. It affects you at a mental level, affects you at the emotional level. Okay, so yoga helps with the ability to manage feelings and impulses needed to grow and learn because you start becoming aware of yourself, as I mentioned, aware of who you truly are. When I did a little more research, and I'm quoting this, social development is about improving the well-being of every individual in society so they can reach the full potential. So when you talk about social, the World Health Organization, it's about being the best version of yourself, reaching your full potential. Are you there yet? And the success of a society is linked to the well-being of each and every citizen. Social development means investing in people. Okay? If each of us invests in ourselves, in our health and well-being, it's going to have a ripple effect to each other, to families to do well, for the whole society to benefit. How much are you investing in yourself today? And obviously, we've got about spiritual health. Yoga is a ancient spiritual science. Again, I'm not going to bring in medical science research. You can go and do your own Google search. You're smart enough. Okay, I have put one here. Greater self-confidence. So Positive relationship between spiritual practice and positive health outcomes. Yoga is an ancient spiritual practice. Positive health outcomes, which includes greater self confidence, assertiveness, fewer symptoms of anxiety and depression, physical health and vitality. Isn't that what we want? If we are healthy, we're going to be happier. What do I mean by spiritual health? My definition a little bit. Spiritual health is learning to become grateful for all life around you. Have an attitude of gratitude. It's a skill. Remember when we said social development? It's a skill we can learn. Consciously explore the meaning of the life. Now, remember, life is different to living. Living is the day to day. We go to work, okay, paying our taxes, making money, paying for this, paying for that. Yes, definitely, that is an important part. But let's try to have a balance, living and life. Okay, what gives you meaning? It's the little things which you can't see, the joy, the friendships, the love. That comes with life, about making a life. Have a balance between making a life and making a living. It's the connection to the spirit within which has been a game changer for me. Finding your purpose. What is your real purpose? And living it. In fact, if you look at some medical and journals, um, they've actually proven that finding your purpose leads to lower level of anxiety and depression. Interesting. Now, when I'm talking about spiritual healing, you don't become anything special. I mean, you are special anyway. My experience is about becoming one with yourself, one with each other, with the surroundings, the earth, the nature, the universe, higher power, with everything. It's about oneness. Your actual whole vision changes. Okay? Vision changes. And there's nothing but just that peace and love all around you. That's what yoga is, a journey into yourself, for yourself, by yourself. So, yoga is more than what you do in the yoga studios. Take it outside your mat, incorporate it every day. We do the asanas, we do the relaxations, we do the breathing, we do the meditation. But if you read the yogic scriptures, meditation is not only to calm yourself down. Let's have a look. Meditation is not an ordinary concentration. It is a special kind of concentration based on the first two steps of Ashtanga Yoga. Now, I had Ashtanga Yoga, but after listening to the Himalaya Yogi, our special guest, I changed it. Okay. Now, the two steps is what I believe we have forgotten. We have bypassed that in this modern age. And I'm here to remind you of the importance of the first two steps, or the 8 limbs of yoga, as they call it. So, meditation is not an ordinary concentration. It's a special kind of concentration. Now, the first two steps that I'm talking about is called yamas and niyama. Yamas are your moral virtues. I call it a moral compass. Compass, it's to guide you in your life journey. Apply specifically to how you behave outwardly towards other beings. Secondly, it's called niyama, which are again 5 observances which apply specifically how you conduct yourself at a personal level, how you treat yourself and how you treat others. 1 and 2, moral compass, your values. Are you living with your values day to day? Are you using your moral compass as you go about your daily life? And there's 8 limbs. I'll go through the others, but the yama and niyama, I keep taking the A off and adding it, thanks to our yogi. But the first one is non-violence, ahimsa. Mahatma Gandhi, the great Indian leader, his philosophy was ahimsa. Non-violence, freedom from harming. And when we talk about this, this relates to the Patanjali's definition. When you're steadfast in your abstention of thoughts of harm directly towards yourself and others, all creatures fail. I won't go to the rest, okay? The whole thing goes, but it goes steadfast in the abstention of thoughts of harm to yourself and others. So it comes back to your mind, your thoughts. It's just not physical. So non-violence, when he talked to ahimsa, was physical non-violence. But how does the physical non-violence will come? Your thoughts have to be pure as well. Then it follows. Non-violence leads to freedom. Again, I won't go through all of that. Go have a read. There's a whole course that I can do on this. Okay. 5 observances, cleanliness. And it's not just your physical environment, it's your internal environment, external and internal both. Contentment. Can you sit by yourself and be saying, oh, I'm content? How many people actually sit in silence by themselves without the television and mobile phones? Self-discipline, self-study, surrender to the higher power. So the 8 limbs of yoga is a way of life. Incorporate that in your lifestyle. Asanas, the steady posture. That's what you do in your yoga studios. Pranayama, expansion of vital energy. Without breath, there's no life. Pratyahara, sense withdrawal, relaxation. Forget about senses, what you're seeing, eating, smelling, talking. Just let it go. That's when you hear the soul, the spirit. Concentration, meditation, self-realization. So you see, as I mentioned, yoga in the studios, asana, pranayama, meditation, okay, resting, okay, relaxation. But the first 2 is the real key to living a healthy, happy lifestyle, a peaceful lifestyle. Yoga is the science of right, a methodology for using body, mind, and emotions in the right manner. As I said, it's a compass, it's a moral compass for you, the first of the 8 limbs. It involves everything, how you should move, which is your posture, your movement, how you should think, the feeling, your emotions, sleeping, eating, breathing. It has science for all that. Eating, I haven't even got to that stage. It was evolved a long, long time ago from my research in the rishis of India, Bharat. However, I reckon it is very, very, very relevant today in this modern world. We need to get back to the true ancient spiritual science of yoga to overcome some of the major issues we are having, especially health issues, and also health inequality. We have countries where there is high rates of obesity. However, in the other side, we have poverty, malnutrition. So it's not individually, it leads to global issues. Rooted in restraints and observances, what to do and not what to do, discipline of the body, discipline of the mind, discipline of the breath, discipline of the sense organs. Okay, consciously use our organs. Teaches us used to meet the mind correctly in direct manner. All these aspects of control level are woven into a natural, non-harmful, woven. Pay attention. Sensitive, simple, regulated lifestyle, which is guided by high ideas of the Dharma. Dharma is a cosmic law. A law cannot go wrong. And it leads to moksha, which is freedom. Leads to freedom. Freedom of the mind here I'm talking about. Now, we haven't got to the food part. I want to get to this food part that I keep talking about. Now, yoga emphasizes the importance of not only eating the right type of food, but also the proper amount with the right attitude. So, and I do that in my coaching. It's not only about what you eat, but it's how you eat it, how much you eat, when you eat, the combination of foods you eat. Okay, but yoga actually says how you actually prepare the food, how you serve the food. Is it with love or something else is going on your mind? So they talk about 3 types in yoga. Your guna, your inherent nature of food, is taken into consideration to maintain good health. Diet is one of the most important lifestyle changes that needs to be implemented. However, when we go in the yoga studios, we don't really talk about diet. When we go to our practitioners, health practitioners, medical practitioners, diet is not something that is normally talked about, but it's absolutely crucial. Okay. Yoga prescribes a balanced diet that comprises of pure, light, and nutritious food. Pure, light, and nutritious, what your body needs. And please, again, remember what stage of your health and what your body type is going to be different to the next person. Somebody like me is obviously not going to need as much water as a weightlifter who is perhaps 120 kilos practicing weightlifting, getting ready for a competition. They're going to need a very different diet than what I'm going to need. And be careful with calorie versus nutrition. A lot of food we are having is we want to reduce weight and have the ideal image.
but it is not getting the nutrients that it needs. The body needs nutrients to live and thrive and be energetic. So watch what kind of fuel you're putting into your body. And I want to change the whole concept from medicine to positive health. Okay? Medicine is important. It takes away that pain. It's a fix very quickly. We don't have patience these days. So the concept of positive health is one of yoga's unique contributions to the modern healthcare, both preventive as well as punitive role in the healthcare. It is inexpensive and can be used in tandem with other systems of medicine. I call it not alternative, but complementary medicine. Complementary medicine. And it says here in an integrated manner. And I quote, if a human being can live strictly according to the nature, our inner nature of pure love, peace, okay, have our emotions, have our thinking pure, having pure food, it's going to lead to your body. He will have total health and happiness because such a way is balanced. The blessing of total health comes to those who find their own individual lifestyle and due to it. Perfect. Each body is different. We all going to have a different lifestyle. Make a plan for yourself, a self-care plan. What suits you? I'm just letting you know yoga is a holistic way. Okay? Maybe there's others that you want to consider, but please do look at yourself, how your body works, how your mind works. What are your emotions like? What are your social interactions? Is there workplace you're going to? Is you having difficulty talking to someone? All of that are part of your health, as the World Health Organization has said. Spiritual, mental, physical, social, and it's a dynamic state. It's continuing different life stages. I'm going to finish here. I've said enough. To me, ultimately, yoga is about promotion of health, overall well-being, and positive lifestyle by restoration of normalcy in all systems of the human body. It's all about balance. Thank you. Hope you're enjoying this International Day of Yoga. Keep watching as there's more to come.